Subcommittee on the Constitution and Civil Justice will come to order, and without objection, the chair is authorized to declare recesses of the committee at any time. I want to welcome all of you here today, the members and the witnesses, and I especially want to welcome our new ranking member, Congressman Steve Cohen from Tennessee. He and I have served together for many years, and I have a great deal of respect and affection for Congressman Cohen, and look forward to working with him. Welcome. The first clause of Article 2, Section 7 of the United States Constitution provides that all bills for raising revenue shall originate in the House of Representatives, but the Senate may propose or concur with amendments as on other bills, close quote. This clause, commonly referred to as the Origination Clause, was designed by the Constitution's framers to bring the power to tax closer to the people by giving them control over initiating revenue legislation to their immediate representatives, members of the House of Representatives who are elected every 2 years. The framers viewed the Origination Clause as critical protection against government abuses and the creation of an aristocracy in America. The power to tax is one of the most fundamental operations of a sovereign and one of the most dangerous to liberty. As Chief Justice John Marshall famously observed, quote, "The power to tax involves the power to destroy," close quote. Simply put, the origination of revenue bills is not a small or marginal issue. Indeed, the need for a just tax system was the moral justification for our entire war of independence. Its importance was expressed through the Virginia House of Burgesses, the Stamp Act Congress, and the First Continental Congress, all of whom petitioned the Crown and the Parliament in England for redress of their tax grievances. It was with these realities in mind that the Origination Clause of our Constitution was written. The clause was, according to Massachusetts Convention delegate Elbridge Gerry, quote, "the cornerstone of the accommodation," close quote, "of the Great Compromise 1787. Thus, without the Origination Clause at the core of the Great Compromise, the Constitution, as we know it today, would not have come into being at all. When the framers wrote the Constitution, they knew it was vital that the power to raise and levy taxes originate in the people's house, whose members are closest to the electorate with 2-year terms, rather than in the Senate, where the members sit unchallenged for 6-year terms, who do not proportionally represent the American population, and who already enjoy their own unique and separate Senate power granted to them in the Constitution. As George Mason observed during the debate in the Constitutional Convention, quote, "should the Senate have the power of giving away the people's money, they might soon forget the source from whence they received it," close quote. "We might soon have an aristocracy," close quote. I've called today's hearing to examine the roots of the Origination Clause, its original meaning and purpose, and to see where the Origination Clause stands today over 225 years after the Great Compromise. I'm concerned that over time the original meaning of the clause has been set aside and the protections the clause affords to American taxpayers have been severely eroded. Instead of a robust check on the powers of the federal government over the people, I am troubled that the clause has become a mere formality in practice. A formality that may be dispensed with as easily as the Senate taking any bill that originated in the House and striking the entire text of that bill and replacing it with a, quote, "bill for raising revenue," close quote. No matter how non-germane the Senate's amendment is to the original House-passed measure. Now, this sort of procedure ignores the framers' intent, and if allowed to stand, it renders the Origination Clause